All right, good afternoon. Let you guys get started with any questions you got, and can't wait to see DVR Hard Knocks. So haven't had a chance on that yet, so I know that's coming at some point.
Shane, what's been your process for evaluating Caleb Williams as the offensive line is trying to basically figure out some stability?
Yeah, I think as the O line has some different moving parts right now, as we try out different combinations, work with different things, that I think in the long run will help us for the full season when you get that depth built up right there. And then for Caleb, that allows him to take leadership roles with different guys that are in there. Work on his communication with different groups, different centers, different guards that have rotated in, tackles. And so I think all that does is help us as a team build our communication, whether it's player to player, with the quarterback to the O-line or vice versa with the O-line to the quarterback. And we know that's going to be so important as the season goes, especially when it comes to the protections and the IDing of everything that we do and how we want to attack a defense. So it's been great for us, and it'll be great down the road in the season.
So basically what you're saying is regardless if it's the prototypical line with everyone healthy or with moving out, it's both a learning experience for Caleb.
Yeah, I think it helps with his communication, lets him learn different guys, his players that are around him, what the different styles are, and how to communicate with those guys, inevitably in a game, knowing that hey, there might be different players that play throughout the season.
With that O-line in a little bit of flux, is there any concern playing him behind it in Saturday's game?
I think we got a good depth. I think Simo and Haas have done such a good job of moving those guys around, building that depth. We got frontline players that can play at a starter level. We got guys that are playing with that second group, and some of the guys rotating in a third group that can all operate at a high level. And the trust is there, and I think we can operate, as an offense, depending on how we mix and match different guys when we get to that point. Talking about tomorrow, what the preseason is going to look like.
We didn't see many big connections today by the offense. I mean, just from my amateur eyes, it didn't look like a good day for the offense. What did you see from the offense today?
Yeah, I saw DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Travis Homer. I can go through a group of those explosive plays, and so feeling good about those, knowing that hey, some of the shots down the field, didn't connect on some of those, but the thing we love and shows up in the Hall of Fame game, when you talk about different points in training camp and guys that get the ball in their hand and run after catch ability, and to me, those are the things that really come to life as an offense grows in the games, in practice, not getting frustrated if we don't connect on a deep shot, knowing, hey, we've stretched the defense vertically right there, but then we can come back and play efficient football, connect drives together, and then get the ball in our playmakers' hands.
How close is Caleb on those deep? Because we saw all the deep shots, but I mean, like, is he close on those?
Yeah, I think, and like every one of those that happen, it takes all 11. So, sometimes you can be a little bit cleaner in a protection look. Sometimes we might be a little bit cleaner in a route look. Sometimes it might be the quarterback being a little bit cleaner with his feet. So, every one of those plays are individual when it comes down to, the why of a play not connecting perfectly. And so for us as an offense right now, that's where we're striving to get, all 11 every single time we get to one of those, deeper shot plays and giving us a chance. And then like Caleb did today, Tyson did a great job of it today. If the defense puts a umbrella over the coverage structure right there, finding a check down, finding a completion, and staying efficient.
So you did not watch Hard Knocks yet?
I have not yet.
We saw a lot of Caleb when something would go wrong come and talk to you or talk to Eberflus or kind of talk through what happened. Mm-hmm. Are you seeing him making those corrections?
Yes, I think his daily improvement has been great to see. I think he's so competitive. He cares so much about being great, and he puts in the hard work. So it's not a surprise that each day he gets a little bit better, and some of the stuff as he grows within the offense and within some of the different levels of communication from the coach to quarterback to the world of huddling and those things, seeing his daily improvement and making strides and never taking it's not a one step forward, two steps back type of process. It's been hey, if there's been a bump in the road the next day, for example, I think as an offense, we didn't take care of the football well enough 3 days ago, I guess it would be with the players' day off. And then we come back the next day, next practice, and we're battling. Our defense does a great job of getting after the football, and we play a clean game from the quarterback position, all four quarterbacks on through. So seeing one thing, one day, and then that ability to correct and make it better the next day and keep stacking those days is what we're seeing.
At this point, another thing you see in the show is just because there's so many cameras on him and you're picking up audio, he might throw and, or just kind of like, the frustration element of learning and growing. Like, how do you see his demeanor as he deals with the inevitable, challenges that come with training camp and getting ready for week 1.
Yeah, I think he has a very even-keeled demeanor, but it's also a game of emotion. So there's going to be some instant reactions. There's going to be some times where everyone that's out there, all the players that are out there, are so competitive. The coaches are so competitive. There might be an instant reaction of didn't get that one, and then how quickly can you bounce back right now for the next play? And that's what I've really seen out of Caleb and seen out of all the young guys that we've had. Rome's had similar things where you see those guys for young players, their ability to learn and grow from each play and then move right on to the next play, I think has been something, going back to the previous question, that's helped in their growth and will continue to help in their growth and development.
At this point in training camp, where do you feel most confident what you guys are doing as an offense?
I think right now with the level of communication from where it started in OTAs to where we're at now in training camp, I think when you get a new group, some new coaches, some coaches that were here, and we're figuring out everyone's rhythm, figuring out our new players, the style of players, that communication and our operation, seeing the growth that it's made every single day, and being on pace for getting ready for that regular season opener is something that we're proud of as a staff, and I know the players have put in a ton of work to get to the level where we're at right now.
You talked about the depth of the offensive line, and you're obviously pleased with that, but how much longer can you guys go in this camp without, unless you guys do know, without knowing who the center is and who the right guard is?
Yeah, I think for us, competition is going to bring out the best in everybody. And I think every single competition that's involved in training camp has its own individual timeline. And for us right now, because those guys are operating at such a high level at center, and then Ryan's been able to go in at the guard spot with Nate dealing with a little bit of injuries right there, it's been a smooth transition as far as the communication. So makes you feel confident that we can go ahead and keep participating or keep playing the way we are right now. And then when that time is right, it'll be right, and we don't have to set an exact time on it. It's going to obviously be before that opening kickoff there on the opening game. But right now, I feel good about where we're at, and because of the professional level of those guys that are competing at those spots.
Do you think we'll continue to see Halas out of the running back position?
Yeah, this has been a great chance for Halas. He did, he's done an excellent job as a core special teams player. Did a great job at receiver, getting to know the offense, and then for us, just seeing a guy that's explosive with the ball in his hand, trying to figure out different ways that potentially could be during the season or during these preseason games to check him out at running back, and knowing he's had a little bit of that in his history. And then for us, just as a staff, feeling it, the best thing for him is to do it in a block right now. So really taking this block where we get a chance to get him in the running back room with Chad Morton, and knowing Chris had done such a great job with him at receiver, and now letting him show his skill set there, and then be able to come back after this Bills game here, and then reconvene and see what the next step would be, again with trying to maximize his skill set and also putting him in that best position to showcase that.
You talk with the extra weeks you guys have with camp, how helpful is that for Caleb to get that muscle memory? You're talking about this growth.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I know how difficult it is to process as a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
How much, you probably just have to do it, right? There's like the other film stuff helps, but really just being in there.
Yeah, I think the benefit of being in early, obviously the practices, obviously the meetings, but then I think being able to be on the sideline for the Hall of Fame game and watch Tyson and Brett operate, Austin get in there, and have a chance to see the defensive structure, hear the play calls, process it from the sideline, but get a chance to see what that game action's actually like, and getting a feel for knowing that our goal in practice is to make this as hard as we can. So that way, when the game time comes around, it's slowed down a little bit. You got some TV timeouts, you got all the different things where it's not as chaotic as practice in terms of right onto the next drill, right onto the next situation. Got to check a scoreboard that's in the corner there. So all those things combined, I think, is a huge help to be able to be in early for the quarterback position, and then be able to excel from there.
You've talked about Caleb's growth and what you're seeing from all 11, but given the rickety nature of the passing game, the past couple practices with the defense missing 4 or 5 starters, what are you seeing from Caleb specifically, either on film or in the practices that tells you he's closer to getting this all to come together than we might think?
Yeah, I think for us, when we watch him and watch him go through his reads and his progressions right there, I think going to where the ball should go is happening way more times than not. And some of the things that, haven't worked out have been just from a near miss here or an angle that, wasn't feeling it the right way there. Okay, got it, on to the next one. But he's been doing a good job reading with his feet, sticking within progressions, recognizing coverage structures. So seeing all those things is what really gives you the confidence moving forward.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.